Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. My warm and cozy mug and a white chocolate peppermint latte. Apologize in advance for the noise. It is kind of wintry, mixed, snowy, icy outside, and there's traffic. So it's just a lot of noise. But today's video is going to be the end of the year book tag. Usually people do this in like November, but I was a little bit late. I was thinking about filming this more towards the actual end of the year. So that's why some of this might be a little bit off, but I love doing this tag. I do it every year, and it can be a nice break of, instead of just giving you a lot of thoughts about books, just having like a little bit of chat and talk about bookish things or other books I'm looking forward to, and just being a little bit more low-key. So let's just get into it. Question 1 is there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Yes. I actually think that there's many or multiple books that I probably need to finish that I can't think of at the moment, but the ones that did come to mind are Every Dark Shadow by Sarah Zem. That was in my Buzzword book tag challenge for May, and I just haven't finished it yet, so I really need to get that done. Part of it is because there's not an audiobook out, which is why I get so much of my reading done, is because I can do it while I'm doing other things, but I'm hoping to read a little bit of it maybe over Christmas break. And the other one is The Auction by, I think it's Love Bites Ka 8. It's a Hermione fanfiction, and I did start it, but I haven't finished it yet because I'm currently finishing up another one. So I need to finish those for sure. And I think that there's other ones, honestly, but those are the two that are coming to mind at the moment. Question number 2 is there an autumnal book to transition to the end of the year? And I'm kind of more in the December Christmas holiday reading at the moment. So I'm sure that I'd have an autumnal read, right? But it's not on my list for the rest of the year because I'm in like the Christmas wintry mode. But possibly Sincerely Secretary of Doom by Jennifer Crope, because I do want to read that in December. And I think that could have a little bit of autumn vibes, but absolutely fully transitioned into December holiday reads at this moment. I do want to read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe at some point, but not right now. Question number 3 is there a new release you're still waiting for? And for this one, I was trying to think and like look at my lists and everything, and at this point, I don't think there are. I don't think there are any more new releases coming out for this year. Like Wind and Truth was on my radar, but it already came out, and I can't read it. I've only read the first book of that series. So that was like on my radar, but I don't think there's anything else that I'm waiting for to come out. That I know of, that I was like anticipating. I think everything that I was anticipating has already come out. So in the spirit of giving you something I am waiting for, Onyx Storm is approaching. It comes out in January, so I am looking forward to that, but that is in 2025. Question number 4 is what are 3 books you would like to read before the end of the year? I really want to read Her Night at the Museum by Bryn Donovan. It just sounds really fun and funny. It's about a woman who works at a museum, and I think she's on the night shift or something, and she ends up kissing this medieval knight statue, and he is actually a cursed knight, and he's brought back to life in the middle of the Chicago Museum. And it just sounds so good. I really, really want to read that. I also want to read Sincerely Secretary of Doom by Jennifer Crope. This is book 2 in the High Court of the Coffee Bean series, the first one being Welcome to Fae Cafe, which I fell in love with. And this is following Moore. He's one of the Fae in the story. It's following him, and it's, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but there's like some backstory between him and this human. He's like writing a blog of this High Court of the Coffee Bean life, and she comes to him, I think looking for a job or looking for something, and she has no memory of who he is, but he is like, this is the worst thing that could have possibly happened to me. So it sounds a little bit vague because obviously you don't know the backstory behind that, but I loved the first book, and I have the utmost faith that this book is also going to be great. So I really want to read that. And then the other one would be A Rivalry of Hearts by Tassanja Odette. This is book 1 in the Fae, Flings, and Corset Strings. The reason that this is on the list is because it is a NetGalley book that I need to review, so I would like to get this one finished as well. Essentially, there's 2 rival authors, 2 rival writers, and there's one prestigious publishing contract they're after, and they're like battling it out, but they both are in this situation somehow, and they get drunk on fairy wine, and then they make this bargain. And the bargain is that whoever can bed the most people wins the contract. And One of them is kind of like a rake, and one of them is somebody that writes romance but has never really had a very romantic life, and they're trying to battle it out. It sounds like it's going to be funny, but it's mostly on here because it's a NetGalley book that I really need to get read so that I can review it. It is such a dreary day. Question number 5 is there a book that you think could shock you and become your favorite book before the end of the year? Not really, no. Like, I don't think anything on my TBR is gonna become my favorite book of the year, period. I think there could be ones that I really enjoy, I could love, give 5 stars to, but I don't think anything at this point is gonna be my favorite. I think a lot of the ones I'm reading are just kind of like fun, silly books that aren't 5-star reads necessarily, so I don't think so. And then last but not least, question 6 says, have you already started making reading plans for next year? Yes, of course I have. I am trying to get, at the moment, like immediately January, I am trying to get a lot of my backlist romantasy books read, and Onyx Storm, of course. There's so many things that I want to read all the time. You know, I have a 2025 anticipated releases. I want to get a lot of my own library read. There's just so many things. I've also been unhauling a lot, which helps, but there's so many things all the time that I want to read, right? And I also have video ideas. There's video ideas that I want to do that some of them I just don't know how to make them an interesting video to watch. But I have the idea, and I've been compiling a list for years, and help. Yes, absolutely. Of course, I have reading plans for next year. But I would love to hear, is there anything that you want to see of my videos, of my content in 2025? Is there anything that you've been looking forward to, a review of a book, or just a completely new idea? Is there something that you want to see from me in 2025? Please leave it in a comment down below. I really do want to know. But that's everything for the end of the year book tag, and that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.